7:20 in Trinidad and Tobago. One of the things that we often lament in Trinidad and Tobago is the absence of local programming. Well, indeed, over the last couple of weeks, we've talked about the program Decoded here on TV6, and now the second season of Pink Ego has gotten underway on TV6 on last Sunday, 5:30, with repeats during the course of the week. And we'll hear more from the executive producer of the Pink Ego and host of the program as well, Stacy Nurse, here with us once again to tell us what's in store in season 2, what's already happened. Former Miss Universe Wendy Fitzwilliam, actress and director Penelope Spencer, former Calypso Mark Denise Plummer, and many more, we're told, will be part of season 2. Well, here's Stacy with us now. Good morning to you. Good to have you
so
on the program. So, second season underway.
Yeah.
How did the first installment go?
It was really good. I think that's the reason why we were able to have a second season. I learned so much, I think, from a producer point of view, also from a host and a woman, being in business and hearing the different stories of the guests that we had in season 1. And it sort of, for me, kind of confirmed why I had to do the show, because I think that, you know, we see a lot of these women. We had Nikki Crosby and Samantha John, and you'll see them, you know, on stage or on TV, but you never really know what their story, what the behind story is and their journey has been like. So it was just fitting that we come back for season 2. We have a lot of improvements that we've made, and, you know, I mean, I'm excited about the season again this time around.
So Sundays at 5:30 p.m.
Yes.
When are the repeats?
The repeats are on Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Yeah, and of course right here on TV6. So I mean, it has been an amazing journey, I think, with the station as well. They've really embraced the project, so I'm grateful for that.
And that is something I'd like to hear a little bit about from you, because as I said in the beginning, we face so many different issues about local programming. Very costly. Does it get the advertising support? We seem to gravitate towards the foreign stuff a lot easier. How would you describe your first season of the Pink Ego?
Well, it was a bit difficult to get sponsorship on board. Even for this season, even though we had a successful run, we're still going to the sponsors to see how much, you know, they can come on board to partner with us, because again, the Pink Ego is a community development type of program. It's a conversation, it's a movement, and it was difficult. It still is, and so I had to do a lot of this stuff out of pocket. I just had to believe in the project and get people who also believed in the project with me to get it done. And again, like I said, TV6 was gracious to really have this conversation with us and allow the opportunity with that, even though we didn't have the big budgets and whatever, to still give us a platform to share the project.
And for those who are not familiar with the program, obviously it's talking about women and their achievements and so on. Just tell us a sense, is it a discussion program? Is it about getting behind the scenes and as they say, the backstory towards a number of prominent individuals?
It's their entire journey we go through. I mean, from top to basically the present, to past the present. We talk about their childhood, their challenges, their setbacks, you know, that defining moment that caused them to step forward and to be whoever they are today. And of course, you know, we always talk about, you know, what they share with women, other young women, because the basis of the show is to support and to motivate others to either get started in doing something or continue, because we know the journey is hard. And one question that I always ask them is, what do you want your legacy to be? Because I think it's so important to leave something behind, especially for women who have made a mark in Trinidad and Tobago. So.
And in relation to that, as far as, you know, as you're saying that pitching the idea to either the general public or corporate Trinidad and Tobago, what would you say that makes the show something that you'd want to watch, that you see value in it?
Yeah, I think just first of all, again, it is sharing the stories of women that needs to be celebrated. First of all, as you said, we had Penelope Spencer, Cecilia Salazar, Wendy Fitzwilliam, Denise Plummer. These are women that have done so much for Trinidad and Tobago, so much contribution that they're still making. They have been brand ambassadors for Trinidad and Tobago without, you know, asking for anything. And I do think that, you know, that we need to really support our own, and we need to start putting the money behind that, because there's so many that I think that can make such an impact internationally, that can really bring the eyes of that from the international point of view to Trinidad, and that could also help our economy in so many different ways. So I think it's something that we do need to look more into, not just with this project, but there's so many other projects that I think is worthy of that kind of support and sponsorship.
And as far as season 2, any different elements, anything that you would have learned from season 1 that will shape the content and the way the program is structured in season 2?
Well, you know, we wanted to make it into this movement. So it's not just a talk show. We started off with a talk show because of the fact that, you know, it was the easiest way to connect with people. But we want to make it into this movement. And so with that, we're really adding more social content. We want to meet with the people a little bit more. So we're having different events to do so. And of course, the actual show itself, what we did was we went to different locations in Trinidad as well. So we're discovering Trinidad as well. So we're giving a platform for, you know, places like that are hidden, nice, wonderful getaways. And, you know, Trinidad is so beautiful that we were able to present these different places. And it's like, you know, you're in a whole different land altogether. So we've added the elements of showcasing Trinidad, showcasing these women, and the structure of the show is really about both, doing both, and compiling that, and of course presenting it through the show.
And while we're having our discussion, if anyone wants to get more information on the show, on the commercial opportunities, on your vision for the Pink Ego and the movement and so on, how do they find you?
Well, we have our Facebook page, which is the Pink Ego TT, as well as our IG account, the Pink Ego TT. You could always DM or you know, send an inbox. We also have our email address, which is the pinkegott at gmail.com. And we actually have a promotion right now going, Mommy and Me Selfie, where you can share your selfies with your mom and tell us all about how great she is. And then, of course, the winner gets a voucher from a good friend of mine who also was a guest on the show, Rachel Redman from Zedazine. It's a $600 voucher. So, I mean, we're really trying to connect with persons and stuff, and of course, advertising opportunities.
Sure. And is there a deadline for submitting those selfies?
Yes, next week, the 11th, Friday, the 11th is the deadline, and of course, we showcase the winner on Sunday. So. And,
I mean, I'm glad I'm a little distance away from you, because you might slap me when I ask the next question.
No,
but from a purely male chauvinistic point of view,
oh boy.
my own view on a lot of these women things, not the Pink, I honestly haven't seen it as yet, but you watch like a woman's magazine in the papers on a Sunday, and it seems like women are only about posing sexy, putting on makeup, having man problems, and so on. Does this show go beyond that?
Of course it does. It goes a lot deeper. It goes into the heart of a woman and the strength, the essence of a woman, which is why the name is called the Pink Ego. Pink, like I said, I mean, I remember mentioning before, it is a nurturing color, and it's always something that's connected to women and shows a softer side. And then there's the ego, that is, for me, is the strength and the boldness of a woman. So it's really about it's incorporating both aspects of a woman to deal with the woman holistically, her intelligence, her strength, her power as a woman, her purpose, you know, and making a contribution not only to the people around her, but her country as well.
And as far as are social issues discussed at all? Because I mean, abuse of women, women being targeted with physical violence, the constant matter of abusive relationships, of children, girls and boys being abused. Are those matters addressed at all?
Of course. I think it may not necessarily be addressed particularly in the show itself, but because it's a movement and we're having different events, those events are going to be showcased. We're going to showcase different aspects of social issues, and we're working on different things. I actually want to do a radio program where it's going to be more of a discussion to bring these issues to light as well. So we have so much planned. So it's not just, we're just using this platform right now to get people to know about the project, so that we can now build a platform so that we can really influence and cause social change as well.
What sort of feedback have you been getting from the general public on the show itself?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been really, really good. I mean, I was surprised because you know, sometimes when you do something, you never know how it's going to be received. But I think people have been receiving the project, and it's becoming more and more popular. So we're excited that, because season 2 is even, I mean, we put so much more into it this time. So we're really excited about the project and what it can do and what it's been doing so far.
Stacy Nurse, thanks very much for joining us. You're more than welcome. Thanks for not slapping me as well.
I wouldn't.
Based on the
no,
question.
It's a good question.
The Pink Ego is into its second season on Sundays. They had their first episode last Sunday at 5:30 with the repeats at what time on Wednesday?
5 p.m.
5 p.m. And you have the selfie promotion. The deadline for that one is the 11th of May, which is next week Friday. So you might want to be part of that as well. Coming up towards 7:30 in Trinidad and Tobago. At the bottom of the hour, half an hour to go on the show on this Tuesday. We'll be back after this.